Ooh, devastating.
Hey, what's up my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Lucky Cat Microcosmos RIKI-OH. I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure, but that's what I'm going to go with. But here we are, and there they are, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. As you can see, these guys are made up of 3 packs of 2. We have box set A, which has a nice image there of Devastator. On this side we have a piece of picture. Box set A, nothing. We have a picture of the robot modes. On the back, MCO2 RIKI-OH Combine Box Vehicle Roboto. And we have that for box set A. Box set B, same thing there. More picture. Box set B, more of that. We have them in their alt modes. Same thing here. And we'll just stack that. And box set C, same picture. And more picture, box set C, lots of nothing. Same stuff here, them in their box modes. And as you can see, when we have all 3 boxes stacked up, we have a nice image here of Devastator. And one thing to note also, one thing that I do appreciate is that the way they're packed in here, they're packed very securely. They're not packed in foam. They're not packed in like a flimsy clamshell. They're actually packed in just a nice solid little plastic case here. And yeah, kudos to Lucky Cat for going the extra mile to make sure these guys stay safe during shipping. Hey, I appreciate it. Big preach, but that's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along, here we have the components that make up RIKI-OH. And again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's what I'm going with. But yes, this is Lucky Cat's take on the War Within Constructicons that will also merge into Devastator. And right off the bat, I just want to say a big thank you to the good people at bombusbee.net for sending this out my way to take a look at. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, here they are, all 6 of them in their box modes. They're done in that 5-2 toys style, which I do quite like. So they have a box mode, they have their robot mode, they have their alt mode, and ultimately they have the combine mode. So there's a lot going on here. Now, just so you all know, right off the bat, I'm not going to do the transformations in this video. If you want to see the transformations, you can watch the transformation video that is linked in the description down below. It's always the very first link in the description, or you can click the gimmick in the corner of the screen right here. That was 24 transformations I had to go through, and I don't want to do all that again. And if I did do that here, the video would end up being like an hour and a half long. No, thank you. So if you want to see how these guys work, you can watch the transformation video. As always, it's the very first link in the description down below. So in this video, we're just going to focus on their box modes, their alt modes, combine mode. That's what we're going to focus on here. So without further ado, let's get down to it. So first up, we'll start with box set A, which is comprised of Mixmaster and Scrapper. Now, unlike their Voltron, these guys actually do come with their own boxes, which I do very much appreciate. You can just open the lid and dump them out. You can see, pretty nicely done box. Very solid also, with some nice molded detail throughout. These are pretty much the same size as your 5-2 toys box chargers, and they will fit. The Constructicons will fit in here, so you do have some cross compatibility if you want it. Hey, things you can do if you want to do it. But there you have that, and here is Mixmaster in his box mode. You can see it's just kind of folded up in here, kind of box-ish. You know, it's trying, but you can see his weapons are stored right there. Just a lot of green, a lot of purple, but yeah, there he is in his box mode. And we will get Scrapper out of his box, and here's Scrapper in his box mode. A little bit of a more coherent box, kinda, sorta. One thing I will say about these guys is some of them don't quite stay tabbed together very well in their box mode. This is kind of loose, kind of like a loose box mode. But you can see his weapon is stored right there. You can see him just kind of folded up in there. But hey, you know, they made the attempt. They're in a, you know, square-ish shape. So now let's get them into their robot modes, shall we? Let's... Oh, God, okay, I'll be right back. And here they are in their robot modes. And yeah, they look good. Again, invoking that War Within design. And I do quite like it. You know, there's some big, chunky, beefy little Constructicons here. But first we'll take a look at the Master of Mixing. Just getting close here on that noggin. Nice little head sculpt going on there. Got a nice red for the eyes. Got a gunmetal gray there for the mouth plate. A little bit of red there on the head crest. Got some gunmetal gray there on the chest. Little bits of orange. And of course the typical green and purple color scheme that is the Constructicons. He's got his little blasters here for pew-pewing and bang-banging, pew-pewing. He can do that too. He's like a pogo stick. He can be a pogo stick anyway. But moving down the legs, got the wheels going on. All the wheels do roll. His little toesies. And moving off the back, just got the big mixing drum going on back here. Done with the purple and that gunmetal gray. But overall, pretty good looking design here. Now articulation wise, the head can rotate, he can look up, do a bit of squirrel. That's pretty much it. The arms can do a full 360, can move in and out. You don't have any bicep rotation, but you just have rotation like at the shoulder itself, at that ball joint. You do have a double jointed elbow, so you have a nice full range of movement there. The wrists are on the ball joints, you have wiggly waggly, rotation, inward movements. Nothing at the waist, unfortunately, just due to the way he transforms and how everything here sits. He doesn't have any waist joints, but the legs can move forward that far. You can do the big boots back about that far before the drum gets in the way. Outward, you're only getting about that far. If you raise up a little bit, that still doesn't help. You do have thigh rotation. You have 90 degrees of bend there at the knee. His little toesies, they can move up a little bit, can move down, and you have literally... it's adorable. He has literal, just like toe tiltage, just his toe. Just his little toe moves. So there you have that, and now for comparison. We're only going to do comparisons with this guy, by the way, because again, we got a lot to go through, so we're going to keep it brief. But here he is with the New Age version of Mixmaster, and here he is with G1 Mixmaster, because precious, oh so precious. So again, these guys were pretty much about legend scaled. If you want a measurement, these guys stand at about 4 inches tall. And here he is with the core class, Optimus Prime, just so you can see how that works out. And here he is with our standard unit of measurement, our prime unit of measurements, Earthrise Prime. Again, just so you can see how that works out. They're little guys. So now let's take a look at Scrap Daddy Scrapper here. It's getting close here so we can take a look at that noggin, a very scrappery noggin going on there. Nicely done. Nice red there for the visor. You got the gunmetal gray on the chest. Got some spots of orange here on the forearms. Here's little toesies, little heelsies. And move at the back. A little bit of a backpack, but all in all, pretty cool design. Now again, articulation wise, the head can only rotate, can do a full 360. You kind of lift this panel up a little bit to get a little bit of upward movement. Arms can do a full 360, can move in and out. You do have bicep rotation with him. You do have a double jointed elbow. So again, you get a nice range of movement. You don't get any wrist rotation, you just get inward movements due to transformation, but no wrist rotation here. He does have waist rotation, but it does kind of get blocked a bit by this piece back here, but you get a bit of waist rotation. These little skirt panels can move out of the way. Legs can move forward, that far, back, about that far before things collide, outward. That's as far as you're going to get. You have rotation right above the knee. He has multiple joints here at his little legs, so he has lots of joints. He has too many knees, actually. But those are for transformation. His actual knee joint is a double knee joint, so you can get a full range of movement there. It just takes a bit of doing because this joint itself is actually pretty stiff. As far as the feet go, the foot itself is on a ball joint right here, so it can move up, can rotate if you need it to, and then the foot itself has its own tiltage. So that is basically it for their robot mode, so let's get down to transformation again and get them into their alt modes. Yay! Okay, so here they are in their alt modes, and again, very much in keeping with the War Within designs. Pretty cool. But first we'll take a look at Mixmaster here. Get a closer look at his alt mode. You can see just the big old wheels right up front, smaller wheel here. Then you have the treads in the back. He's got a little bit of black there for the windows. Got a little bit of metallic coloration as well. You can see where the guns store. Right up here. The big old mixing drum. This little section here as well. There's the back, there's the top, there is the bottom. He kinda rolls, kinda sorta. These treads don't do anything, but these sets of wheels do roll, so he's sliding slash rolling. Hooray for sliding slash rolling. And for comparison, here he is with the New Age Mixmaster. And with G1 Mixmaster, because precious, oh so precious, with Core Class Prime, and with Earthrise Prime, so there you go. Now articulation-wise here, you do actually get some movement here, since this is going to be the ankle tilt for Devastator. You do actually get some movement here, so you kind of get the truck turning, so hey, you got that going on, but that is it for Mixmaster. Then moving on to Scrapper, here he is. Again, you have the big old, scooping part up front. And you have the wheels right there. You can see his gun stores right up top. And there's the back, there's the top, there is the bottom. Again, you have all rolling wheels. Kinda rolls, kinda sorta, but some of these wheels, like these wheels right here are very stiff, so they don't really roll all that well. Again, he's more sliding than rolling. This section right here has a couple hinges that you can work with. You can move that up and down, do what you want there. Yeah, that is pretty much it for Scrapper. So that is basically it for their alt mode. So now let's get them into combined mode. Woo! Come on. And here they are in their combined modes, and now they have great strength of feet. But yes, here they are in their leg modes. And these guys do have a little bit of diecast in them, like a Mixmaster here. You can see so this section right here is diecast. So they have a little bit of diecast, not a lot, just a little bit of diecast in them. But yeah, here they are in their leg modes, all ready to go. So that is basically it for Mixmaster and Scrapper, and that is it for Box Set A. So moving on! And now we move on to Box Set B, which is comprised of Long Haul and Hook, and here they are in their box modes. First we'll take a look at Long Haul here. You can see he's, again, boxy-ish. I think he's the most boxy of them all. I think he pulls off the box mode, I think, the best. You can see them all just kind of folding up in there. Some combined mode bits are also stored in there. He spins like boxes should spin. Hooray for spinning boxes. And here we have Hook. Hook, give us a hook. And his box mode is not the best. It's okay. The best part, though, is, there you go. Visible head syndrome. There's Devastator right there just staring at you. Hi. How you doing? How you feeling? There they are in their box modes. So without further ado, let's just get down to transformation and get them into their robot mode, shall we? Let's! Whoop. And here they are in their robot modes. And yeah, Long Haul. Man, Long Haul always gets the short end of the stick, doesn't he? He's definitely the worst looking of the set. But first, we'll take a look at Hook. Hook, give us a hook. Getting close here so we can take a look at that noggin. Focus on the noggin. You can see the head done all in black. Got nice blue for the visor. Got that orange there. Lots of purple. See, he's got two blasters to work with here for pew-pewing and bang-banging. And big old toesies. And of course you got the hook there on his back. I do like the big old shoulders he has. I think that's quite cool. Now articulation wise, again the head Can rotate, can do a full 360. Arms can rotate as well, can move in and out. You have a joint here, so you can kind of move those arms forward. That's more for transformation than anything, but you can use those joints for posing if you want. You do have bicep rotation. You only have 90 degrees of bend there at the elbow. You do have wrist rotation, nothing at the waist. You do have legs that can go forward that far, back about that far, outward. Again, you're not getting too far. You got thigh rotation. A bit under 90 degrees of bend there at the knee, not too much knee bend. The toes can't really move up, they can move down some, and you have toe tiltage. And moving on to long haul again, he just got screwed, didn't he? But let's get in close here. So we can take a look at the noggin again. Head done all in black. He's got orange for the visor. Again, you got some gunmetal gray here. You got pieces falling off. How dare you? How dare you? Disrespectful. Disrespect. Anyway, you got the gunmetal gray there on the arms, on his abs. And this is the central portion of the chest piece. You can flip out a peg, and he can hold that as like a big, awkward, double-barreled blaster thing. You know, things you can do if you want to do it. And his chunky legs with his chunky toes. And he has a lot of backpack going on here, just a lot of backpack. And you can keep those wing pieces of the chest piece stored back there if you want to. But yeah, he didn't turn out too well in this set. Again, long haul just seems to just get the short end of the Constructicon stick. But anyway, head can rotate, arms can rotate. Can move in and out. Again, you have that joint there for transformation you can use for posing as well. It does have bicep rotation. You have 90 degrees of bend there at the elbow. Nothing at the wrist, just downward movement due to transformation. He does not have waist rotation, just due to how everything works here. You can move this out of the way to accommodate the leg movement. Legs can move forward that far. You can get back about that far. Outward, he can almost do the full splits. You don't have any thigh rotation. You have rotation right above the knee, though. You do have, you stay! You do have a double jointed knee. So you have pretty good range of movement there at the knee region. And his little toes can move up, they can move down, and you have your little bit of toe tiltage. So that is basically it for their robot mode. So let's get down to alt mode, shall we? Let's. And here we have them in their alt modes. And first we'll take a look at Long Haul here. And you can see Long Haul is just a real boxy dude here. We'll just remove this so we can get a better look at him. You can see just a big old boxy, chunky, beefy Constructicon boy. So you got the rolling wheels here. You got the combined mode crotch just kind of hanging out back there. You can see these bits of die cast. And there's the top, there is the bottom. The wheels do roll kinda, but again, he's sliding more than anything, sliding. Now, as far as the storage goes, you have these little flip out posts here for these wing sections. So I can plug onto the sides like that. Now, as far as the central piece, pictures I've seen show this plugged up here somewhere, but this post doesn't fit here. It don't go, but that's where I've seen it. And I don't know how that's supposed to go. That tab doesn't fit either, so I'm not entirely sure how that's supposed to store, but I assume you can. I just haven't been able to figure it out. I didn't get instructions with this, by the way, so I have no idea how how that's supposed to work. It could work like that. I don't know. But hey, things and stuff you can do, you can figure out. But now we will move on to Hook, and here he is in his alt mode. Not too much to his alt mode, but we'll get in close here so we can take a look at it. Like little bits of gunmetal gray there on the sides. Just a little bit of purple there for the cockpits. Some nice gunmetal gray there. You got the hook done in a nice silver chrome. And there is the back. You can see where the weapons store. Right there. There's the top. There is the bottom. Again, you just have this front set of rolling wheels, which are pretty stiff. So here's really just sliding more than anything. Now, articulation-wise, this hook section can move up and down on that ball joint. It can also rotate. It can extend and retract. The hook itself can move forward and back. So you do get a little bit of play here with hook. So that is basically it for their alt mode. So let's get down to transformation again and get them into their combined modes, shall we? Let's come here. And here they are in their combined mode. Here's Hook, all ready to go. And here is Long Haul in his Devacrotch configuration there. So you can see how that works out. Yeah, that is basically it for box set B, so now we can move on. And now we move on to box set C, which is comprised of Scavenger and Bonecrusher. And here they are in their box modes. We'll take a look at Scavenger first. Scavenger, again, not the best box mode. You can see the combined mode form and hand just tucked up in there. Okay, it's not a bad box mode, not a great box mode. And for Bonecrusher, again, it's box-ish. It's trying. He does have some visible heads, right there. You can see his face right there. But all in all, I mean, they're in the basic shape of a cube. But that is it for the box modes, so let's get down to transformation and get them into their robot modes, shall we? Yay! And here they are in their robot modes. And first we'll take a look at Bonecrusher here, so we can take a look at that noggin. You focus on the noggin, there you go. Let's say just some nice silver there for the visor. Got the chest done in that green and purple. Got a big old blaster there. You got some gunmetal gray on the forearms. Little toesies. Oh, the little toesies. And moving up the back. You got a little peg just kind of hanging out back there. But all in all, a pretty cool design in my opinion. I think he's my favorite. I do quite like his design. Now, articulation-wise, the head can rotate, can do a full 360. Arms can rotate. Can do a full 360, can move in and out. The shoulder pad can also move out of the way for you. You have just rotation here at the elbow itself. You do have a double jointed elbow, so you have nice full range of movement. Nothing at the wrist, just upward movement due to transformation. He does have waist rotation. Legs can move forward that far. You can do that big boot. Back, you can get back pretty far as well. Outward, just a little bit. Got thigh rotation. You have a double jointed knee, so you have nice full range of movement there. His little toesies, they can't move up. They can move down ever so slightly, and you have just that little bit of precious toe tiltage. And here we have Scavenger. We're getting close here so we can take a look at the noggin. You can see it's pretty recessed in there, so it's kind of hard to see it, but you see you got the visor painted in there. He even has like a little line of silver. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little line of silver there for his mouth. He's got like nipple blasters going on. He has the tiniest gun in existence. Look at this little thing. You got that gunmetal gray there for the abs. Little bits of gunmetal gray throughout. Some orange as well. The toesies, the heelies, the backsies. All in all, it works out pretty well. Articulation-wise, again, the head can rotate. Arms can rotate. Outward movement, you don't get too far, though, because just everything's just kind of colliding there. You do have rotation right above the elbow. You have 90 degrees of bend there at the elbow. You do have wrist rotation. You do have waist rotation. Legs forward that far. Back. You can get back pretty far. Outward, that's as far as you're getting. Got thigh rotation. You get slightly over 90 degrees of bend there at the knee. The feet, toes can move up. They can move down a lot. And again, you have the toe tiltage. So that's basically it for the robot modes. So let's get down to transformation again and get them into alt modes, shall we? Let's! And here they are in their alt modes. So first we will take a look at Mr. Bonecrusher here. Again, just kind of a nice, compact, chunky alt mode here. You can see that front section. It is on a hinge. I can't move up and down. You kind of splay these out as much as you want. You can see where the weapon stores right up there. You can see where the combined mode arm stores. You just leave it plugged into its orientation for combined mode and just kind of bring it up and over. You got those missiles there done in a nice silver chrome. Yeah, there's the top, there's the bottom. He has no rolling anything, so he's just going to slide. All kinds of sliding and also visible. It's there. But there you have Bonecrusher. So now let's move on to Scavenger here. And here is Scavenger's alt mode. It's just kind of splayed out here. You can see this section here. You got these little blasters. You just kind of angle those however you want. You can see where his little tiny gun stores right up there. Got some nice detail in the treads. The back section, you know, just the legs kind of unfolded a bit. But, you know, making the basic shape of this kind of vehicle. Articulation-wise, this section can rotate. You have a hinge here, rotational hinge here. You got a hinge, lots of hinges here, so you can pretty much do what you want there as far as scooping. Now, as far as storage for the combined mode forearm, the pictures do show it tabbed into the slot right back here, but it's very loose. It don't work. It no work. It no work. So yeah, that's unfortunate. That's not really a solid connection there. This side a little bit more so, but not by much. This side works a little bit better. Slightly better. That side doesn't work at all, but you get the basic gist of how you can store everything on Scavenger here. So that is basically it for the alt modes, so let's get down to transformation again and get them into their combined modes, shall we? Let's! Alright, and here they are in their combined modes, and their arm modes, and they're just two big beefy arms here. Some nice beef-tastic arms. They look quite good, big and beefy. They got missiles on them and everything. All in all, some good-looking arm modes, so without further ado, let's get down to combination, shall we? Let's! So first thing we do is combine the legular regions by just sliding these T-tabs into these slots here on either side. And to attach the upper body here, you're going to use these two posts. They'll go into the handholds of long haul. It's better to do this without the chest piece attached because with it plugged in, you can see what you're doing. So just plug that on like so. And once you have the chest piece back on, as far as the arms go, it's just a matter of taking them and plugging them on via that post port connection. Plug the one on, plug the other one on, get it all nice and squozen. And ladies and gentlemen, there you have RIKI-OH, aka Devastator. And it's a good looking Devastator. It's a lot of transforming. It's a lot to do, but it is a pretty well done piece in my opinion. And I think once you get them all together, I think he looks quite good. Why is he leaning to one side more than the other? I have no idea. Let's try to straighten him out a little bit here. But yeah, I think he looks quite good. But let's get in close here so we can take a look not at that chest, but at that noggin. There's the noggin. Very nice Devastator-y noggin going on there. Nice red for the eyes, that gunmetal gray for the face. You do have noggin options. You can flip up his forehead here. You can flip out the visor and bring that down. So if you prefer the visored look, you can have that going on as well. Hey, options, they're good. You know what it's all about. But all in all, looks good. Comes together quite well. You know, the waist is a little thin, but I think all in all, not too shabby. Not too shabby. The big old feet. everything does come together pretty solidly. So all in all, not a bad looking Devastator here. Now articulation wise, head is on a ball joint, so you got your wiggly waggly. You can look up and do total squirrel, look down a little bit. Head can do a full 360 as far as the arms go. They can rotate, can do a full 360. Luckily those can move out of the way for you. They can move in and out. You get, well, a long haul anyway, you do kind of get some bicep rotation there. You get rotation right here as well if you need it. As far as the elbows go, you do have a double jointed elbow, but just due to everything there, you can't really get it moving up unless you move it out to the side. So it just depends on how you have everything oriented. As far as the hands, the wrists can rotate. The hands are posable. The thumb is on a ball joint at the base. Right there, and you also have a hinge right there on the thumb. He kind of has like Ninja Turtle fingers. These two fingers are one piece, these two fingers are one piece, and then they just have a hinge right there. So he kind of has Ninja Turtle fingers, which is kind of weird. He does have waist rotation. If you unclip things, you will get an ab crunch out of him also. You can kind of move these out of the way. Legs can move forward about that far. Now, if you kind of move this down, you can get that all the way up, get that big boot going on. Back, again, you can't get too far back because his butt plate does get in the way. As far as outward movement, you can do the full splits. You do have thigh rotation there. You do have 90 degrees of bend there at the knee. Whoops, that came undone. That was my fault. Stay and have that pushed in all the way. Make sure everything is pushed in all the way. But you get 90 degrees of bend there at the knee. As far as the feet go, they can't move up, they can't move down, but you do have ankle tiltage here, and you also do have ankle tiltage here. You can kind of see how that works out. So there you go. Now, as far as the weapons go, all of the individual Constructicon weapons can combine to form Devastator's big old blaster here. So we're going to start off with hooks, guns here. So you want to take this section, bring that up, rotate it around. You're going to swing this to the back like so. You're going to take this one, and that will plug in there like that. You're going to take Scrapper's gun, and this will plug in right here like so. You want to take Long Haul's weapon, make sure you fold in that, and that will just peg in right there. You take Scavenger's tiny little gun, that's going to plug in right up top, like so, and then you take Mixmaster's guns, and they will plug into either side, right here, and right here, and there you have Devastator's blaster. And the blaster can plug right into his hand. It's the usual tab in the slot of the palm method of weapon holding. And he does hold it pretty securely, and you can pew, pew, bang, bang, and all of that good stuff right there. And included in every box, you get 4 little baggies of parts. You get 2 bags of these, and you get 2 bags of these. And what these are just little transparent pieces here. And you also get some connectors as well. And what you can do here is just take these and just, basically just start linking stuff together, do what you want. I actually got this to work at one point. There we go. You can just kind of use this and just, make like some scaffolding or something that you can surround Devastator with. Again, things you can do if you want to do it, but hey, as always, it's yours. Do as you wish, display how you want, but you get some little building parts here you can do. So again, all things you can do if you want to do it. You got a lot to work with here. All of the boxes come with a lot of these, so you can go nuts. So there you have that, and now for comparison. Here he is with the core class Prime, with Earthrise Prime. And here he is with Lucky Cat's Voltron, so you can see how that works out. And here he is with the New Age Devastator. You can see how that works out. And here he is with G1 Devastator because he's precious. Oh, so precious. Leaning, but precious. And if you want a measurement on Devastator here, he stands to the top of his head. He stands at about 8¼ inches tall. So there you go. So there you have a RIKI-OH, and yeah, it's a nice set here. It's a very nice set here from Lucky Cat. You know, the box modes leave a little to be desired, but they tried to get them into kind of the, you know, as much into a cube shape as they could, considering what's going on there. The robot modes, I think, are where the set really shine, although Long Haul does get the short end of the stick. I think he's the worst one of the set. The vehicle modes, again, they have that war within design, so, you know, they look like what they're supposed to look like in that particular iteration. The combined mode looks great. It's just, you know, chunky, beefy, and it has a little bit of diecast in it, so it has a little bit of heft. It comes together pretty solidly, but when you start kind of moving them around and trying to pose them, some things can come unpegged and undone, so just be mindful of that. But for the most part, he is pretty solid. It's a cool set, a lot to do, a lot of transforming to do here, so hey, a lot of playability. But yeah, all in all, a pretty nicely done set in my opinion, so there you go. Now, if you would like to pick this set up for yourself, you can get it from bumbusbee.net. I'll put a link to their site in the description down below, so you can check that out. You can also get this set from bigbadtoystore.com, as always linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love Peace Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the Lucky Cat Microcosmos RIKI-OH, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Big Geek, be proud, palm in your face. Hey, Devastator, wait a second. I remember you being a lot taller. I remember you being a lot shorter. Well, it seems like we're both disappointed here. Yeah, seems that way. Wave! Can we find a way to make Devastator's height not suck? Wait, what about you? What about me? Well, can't we make you shorter? Ha! Make me shorter. You're funny. Why would I want to be shorter? You're silly. You're funny. You're a funny guy. All 6 of you. All 6 of you. You're funny. Funny guys. Make me shorter. Ah! Yeah, we don't like to be short. Wait, what?